Hi, everybody. It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager. And I am really excited to get away from my desk for a hot minute and guide you guys through today's core and stretch class. I'm going to turn an extra light on as well. We're going to get started in just about 2 minutes, I believe. Oh my gosh, how is it already 11:15? You know what? We're going to give ourselves an extra minute because I need it. Um, for today's class, I recommend you have maybe one heavier weight. I'm a little, I'm feeling a little tired and frazzled. I'm going to bring one 12-pound weight to the party, and then I've got some threes and fives over here as well. So take a moment to just get yourself set up. You're worth that extra minute. Um, and if you're already ready, just go ahead and take that comfortable seated position on the floor. I'm going to meet you right there in just a second. I just want to make sure everything is streaming properly. Do, do, do. Take off an extra layer here as well. Computer, do you ever feel like technology is just like not your friend? You guys and gals and pets and little people. Because today is one of those days. Technology does not necessarily feel like my best buddy. All right. So I'm so glad that this class starts with us just sitting down and relaxing a little bit on the floor. This is set up properly. I'm excited about that. So make your way down to your mat, to your comfortable seated position. If sitting down on the floor is in any way uncomfortable for you, remember that taking a slight little lift, whether it be on the block or just on a folded up towel or blanket, can help you to feel a little bit more open. If your hips are still feeling really tight, you don't have to sit cross-legged like I am. You're welcome to stagger your feet a little bit more or go for a nice wide leg seated position. I'm going to go for a wide leg seated position today. That actually feels great. So just take about 1 minute right here, breathing, just breathing. Think about using your hands to help you feel relaxed, whether that be hands in your lap or maybe hands gently behind you. We're working towards the idea of having that chest up. And remember, if your eyes are moving, just like in yoga, in yin yoga, oh my gosh, if your eyes are moving, your mind is moving. So just take a moment to relax your eyes, either a soft focus on one spot or even close them as you truly tune into your breath. Great stuff. Hopefully, just tuning into your breath right there has already helped you to feel a little bit more relaxed. I know it works for me. One of the great things about closing your eyes during a class like this is closing my eyes gave me the opportunity to stop seeing all of the emails and messages that are popping up. And I really encourage you, when possible, to just take your eyes away from the screen. Focus on creating the movement for yourself so that you're not distracted by uh, anyone trying to interrupt your exercise. If you want to change your leg position, I know I did. This actually feels a little better for me. Maybe sitting on the floor, you start to notice that something that felt right in the beginning isn't the best, and that's okay. All right, so from here, ground through your sit bones. Use your breath to find length through the crown of your head. Let's just take a couple stretches with our neck. So, inhaling, looking up towards the ceiling, getting that beautiful stretch in the front of the throat, and exhale, tucking chin down towards the chest. Can you start to squeeze your shoulder blades together while you're doing this? Inhale, looking up. Exhale, tucking chin to your chest. Let's do two more, nice and slow. Maybe you even slow down your breath even more or take an extra hold at the top with your lungs full. And the next time your chin comes down towards your chest, take a moment and keep it there. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Make sure you're not collapsing forward. So still creating that lift from your sternum. And from here, we're going to just give ourselves some gentle little neck rolls. So dropping your ear to one shoulder, chin back down to the chest, dropping your ear to the opposite shoulder. Oh, I'm like excited to announce that we sent an email out today. We're spreading the word that we're changing the check-in system at the fitness center. We're going back to the pre-pandemic days, which is so exciting, of having an on-site check-in system. This also means new technology. And if you're anything like me, oh my gosh, I find new technology to be really scary and intimidating. But I just want you to know that we're doing our best. We're working together to get rid of all of the kinks in technology. And right here, we're working together to get rid of all of the kinks in our upper shoulders and neck. Next time your chin comes back to your chest, take a moment, keep it there. Make sure you're even Steven. So if you need to do one more on the other side, we can wait for you here for just a moment. And then on your inhale, lift your head up. On your exhale, ground through your sit bones. And inhale, bring those arms up overhead. One more inhale to find that length. Exhale, right hand comes down towards the floor. Reach that left hand over to the right side. Maybe even stretch up, look up towards the ceiling. Inhale, arms back through center. Exhale, find that reach to the other side. Ooh, take your time. Move at your own pace here with your breath. I know I tend to be a super slow breather, because I've really taken the idea that slowing down your exhale slows down your heart rate, makes you start to feel a little bit more relaxed. And if that's the one thing that you take away from all of these classes and you apply in your real life experience, next time you're in a meeting and things start to get stressful or they get a little bit weird, and you just tune back into your breath. A, it's going to help you seem relaxed and cool as a cucumber. And B, it's actually going to make you feel a little bit more relaxed. And I think that is pretty great. One more time. Make sure you finish on the opposite side. And when you are done, inhaling both arms overhead, and then exhale, relax your hands back down into your lap. Take another moment just with your stillness, grounding through your pardon me, sit bones, that big lift of your chest, sternum. Amazing. Let's come up onto all fours in a little bit of tabletop and start to find a couple cat cows. I'm going to tuck my shirt into my pants like the awesome winner that I know that I am. But if you're practicing at home by yourself, I discourage you from tucking your shirt into your pants. I think, especially when we're alone and we're exercising, it is one of the best times to really embrace how your body looks, feels, the shape, because it's really, my gosh, especially in my youth, I would say. And by youth, I mean till the pandemic started. There's so much pride or vanity and pressure in having our bodies look a certain way. And honestly, there's quite a bit that we can control, but there's so many things that we can't. And I hope you agree, way rather that my body can allow me to do all these awesome exercises and have flexibility and be able to create shapes and move and support me in all the activities that I want to do. That's so much more important to me than, being a certain size or having super ripped abs. Do I want those things too? Sure do. But, my priority is really just appreciating everything that my body can do today. And whenever I can exercise and, take my shirt off and just see myself in the mirror, is it hard? Yeah, sometimes that can be hard, but also it can be so empowering because it really doesn't matter so much what size you are. That isn't the best indicator of health. Take a couple looks over one shoulder and then the other. That was one of my favorite things when I did triathlons and marathons, is you see people of every size, shape, whatnot crossing the finish line, and whether you finish in 2 hours or 6 hours, you're still a finisher, and that is so super cool. All right, let's sit our glutes back on our heels. So taking a moment in kneeling position. Next up, we're gonna do my favorite Sun Salutation a quick little total body stretch. We'll do the first time through really nice and slow, just to remind you what's happening. And then the following 4 times, you can do a little bit faster because you slash I slash one it's good to do an odd number of these sun salutations. Why? I don't even entirely remember, but that's what I was told, and that's what I'm going to tell you. And feels good. All right. So inhale your arms up overhead. Bring your hands palms together, and then release your hands palms down to your chest with your thumb touching on your sternum. Get ready. And by that, I mean start to press your shins into the floor. Take a little draw in of your core, shoulders relaxed away from your ears. Let's move with our breath. On our inhale, we're going to press ourselves up into a kneeling mountain pose, sending arms up towards the ceiling, come into in a little bit of a back bend if that feels good for you. If not, just pressing up onto your knees and reaching fingers and stretching eyes up towards the ceiling. On your exhale, we're going to rain fingers down towards the floor. Core is already starting to work. How close can you get to the floor before you bring your hands down? Send your glutes back towards your heels. Take a moment in an extended child's pose. From here, we're going to press back up onto our knees, come into tabletop. Maybe you bring your hands a little bit closer. Start to shift the weight into your hands palms for a nice little cat, big rounding of that back. And then tuck your toes under, send your glutes up towards the ceiling, pass through down dog. While we're here this first time and we're hanging out a little bit longer, think about taking a nice pedal through your heels, finding that big stretch into your calves. And then as you're ready, go ahead, release your knees back down towards the floor, untuck your toes, find yourself in cat again. We're just reversing back through, send your glutes back towards your heels, maybe fingers gently slide or walk forward for another extended child's pose. Draw your core in, press your shins to the floor. Try to keep your biceps by your ears as you inhale and lift yourself up. That was ab work for our extended mountain. And then exhale, sit your hips back down. We are in kneeling once again. Let's just take a moment right here to just soak all that in. You're so amazing. I bet you did such a great job flowing through. We're going to do it again. Ready? So press those shins into the floor. Inhale, lift yourself up. Hips come forward. Look up. Maybe fingers even go back. Exhale, rain fingers down to the floor to come into your extended child's pose. Bringing those fingers to the floor as carefully as you can. Inhale, lift yourself up into cat. Tuck your toes under, send glutes up towards the ceiling. Exhale into down dog. Inhale, come back through, find cat once again. Exhale, glutes back towards heels. Extended child's pose. Walk those fingers together. Inhale, lift yourself all the way up. Find that teeny back bend if it feels right. Extended mountain. And then hands right back down to your chest. Inhale, lift up. Look up, look back. Exhale, carefully, quietly rain those fingers down and forward. Extended child's pose. Inhale into your cat. Tuck your toes under. Exhale. Send those hips up and back. Downward dog. Inhale. Passing back through your cat. Untuck your toes. Exhale. Glutes towards heels. Extended child's pose. Inhale. Lift yourself up. Press those hips forward. Squeeze glutes. Extended mountain. Exhale to kneeling. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rain fingers down. Inhale, cat. Tuck toes under. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, back to cat. Untuck your toes. Exhale, extended mountain. Inhale, press yourself up to kneeling. Exhale, sit those glutes down. One more time through. Let's do it. Inhale, lift, look up, press your hips forward, reach back, look back. Exhale, rain fingers down towards the floor. Inhale, cat. Exhale, down dog. Oh, inhale, cat. Exhale, extended child's pose. Lift your hands up off the floor so you're using your abs to come into your extended mountain, and then exhale back down into kneeling. Oh my gosh, so good, everybody. Just take a moment, allow that to soak in. We're going to bring hands, palms back down to the floor now. Tuck those toes under, send your glutes up towards the ceiling. Take another moment to pedal through that down dog. Give a little bit more love into those calves. And then as you're ready, walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Transfer weight to your heels. Stay here in this dangle. Take as generous of a bend as you need to bring belly towards thighs. You're hinging from the hips, not the waist. That's going to give you a nice flat back and take some of the rounding out. Take a moment while you're here. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Weight back in your heels, bend your knees, and slowly roll yourself up. One vertebrae at a time. Stack shoulders back over hips. Take a big inhale, send your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side. Find stillness right here. 3 breaths in your mountain pose. Stretching fingers down towards the floor. Maybe your eyes are closed because you're finding that real stillness. And once you finish that 3rd breath, if you want to grab yourself a quick sip of water, go for it. I always like to try and take a little stillness though before I reach for that water. Because I want you to be hydrated, but also I want you to work to find that relaxation, that breath that makes you feel good within yourself, as opposed to reaching for other things that can make us feel good. Like sometimes we find we need to fidget, and sometimes that's just not a possibility. Maybe there's not something to play with or a pen and pencil for you to doodle with, but your breath is always there. Great. Next up, we've got 10 amazing minutes of ab work, and we're going to start from standing. No weights needed to begin with. I'm going to step a little bit forward just so we all don't have to hear my feet sticking to the mat. We're going to go for a squat with a knee drive. So squatting down, you can do whatever feels good with your hands. You can have them at your waist. I like to have my hands at my chest to help me keep that chest up. So squat down, knee drive, keeping the knee drive out a little bit more towards the side. So maybe that knee is coming up towards that elbow. As you bring your feet back down, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I want you to bring those feet back down as quietly as possible. So there's no slamming your feet down towards the floor. And just a little squat right into that knee drive. Are you ready? We're going to do that 2 times in a row in 3, 2, 1. Begin. So nice squat, knee drive, squat, knee drive. Good. Keep it up. Keep returning the weight into your heels as you're doing these squats. I'm doing my best to bring my elbows towards the thighs whilst keeping as big of a lift in that chest as possible. So I'm not collapsing all the way down to get into that squat. Head is still nice and upright, nice wide knee drive. And you're just going at the depth that works for you. Awesome. Take a quick 20-second break, a quick long break. I like to keep moving. Maybe give yourself some hip circles during this break, especially if you feel like those hips are really tight. We start again in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Those hip circles reminded me that I've already started working on next week's, what's it called? Tabata hit circuit. We're kind of going to go for like a hip hop Tabata hit circuit next week. So we're taking some dance like moves. We're breaking them down so that you can be the coolest cat on the dance floor this summer. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm gonna focus on myself here, find that one spot in front of me, because otherwise those emails are pouring in, y'all. Oh, great. Next up, we're gonna go for a weighted standing side crunch. So for this one, I'm gonna grab my heavier weight. So if you're using weight, I encourage you to. We're just gonna reach down towards the side. Maybe have one hand at your side, maybe a little extra chest opening by bringing your hand up by your head. Go ahead and begin. So we're just working to decrease that space between your lower rib and your hip. We're working intentionally. Oh, it's creating such a delightful big stretch on the opposite side of the body as well. So really try and paint down that leg the best that you can. We're getting some oblique work today. We're going to get some transverse abdominis work as well. I know. You're like, I thought this was core stretching. You made me do squats. Let's switch to the other hand. And the great news is I'm gonna get you a little hamstring love in our next move too. Because I like to think of the core as like the knees up to the neck. All right. Roll those shoulders down and back. Keep that chest nice and lifted. Find what you feel like doing with your opposite hand. And go ahead and begin. Now, you might be doing these moves and be like, these are nothing. Uh, it's all what you put into it. So making sure that you're moving with control. You're not just, hinging side to side. You're really actually trying to activate and feel those muscle groups help you work in. And if you don't feel it today, I encourage you, try this video again in a day or two. And perhaps then you'll see, oh my gosh, I'm a little sore in those places, honestly. Great. We're going to put this heavy weight down. We're going to stick with one leg again for this next one. We're going to go for a crossbody knee drive and then a Frankenstein kick to get into those hamstrings. And I want you to think about bringing that knee to your elbow, not bringing that elbow down towards your knee. So stay lifted. Here we go. Cross knee drive, crossbody kick. Find the quick pace that works for you. I know we're challenging balance here as well. So your standing leg, there should be a slight little bend in that knee. That leg is not locked out. I got lots of weight in my heel, but the ball of my foot's working too. You've got this. We got 10 seconds left to go. Really find that rotation here. Ooh. Keep that one spot focused with your eyes so balance stays cool too. We made it. We made it. And remember, you're doing what is right for your body today. So if you don't like that super high kick, if that doesn't work for you, just find that forward kick that works for you. Other leg, ready to get moving? This is our last standing move of the day. Here we go. Cross-body crunch, forward kick. And remember, both sides of the body are not the same. So find what feels right, the good challenge for yourself for this side of the body. And you can hear I'm using that exhale. Each time my knee comes close to my elbow, and each time I kick that foot out, get that extra little squeeze in that core by using your breath. So much using our breath today. 3, 2, 1. Let's make it down to the floor. Next up, we've got planks. I know, I'm so mean. All right, we got a 40-second plank, but we're going to keep it fun. We're going to add in some hip dips. I'm going to do this first plank from the forearms. Let's set ourselves up and get into that plank. So whether you're dipping those hips with control side to side, little rainbow arch with those hips, or perhaps you're just hanging out in your plank. I want you to try and keep those hips in line with or just below the shoulders. So we're not pressed all the way up into down dog. Your shoulders are stacked on top of either your elbows if your forearms are down on the ground, or your hands palms. So just do your best to keep things in line for 3, 2, 1. Oh, we made it. Great. You can do that same move. You can do those hip dips again, or any sort of plank you want. Let's be cool. I'm going to switch it up. I think I'm going to do some knee taps here from a straight arm plank. In 3, 2, 1, begin. So just being in this plank, still keeping hands, palms under chest and shoulders. I'm just alternating. I'm tapping one knee down and then the other. Having your feet a little further apart can help with balance. And if you need to be on your knees right here, maybe you're giving yourself a shoulder tap in your plank just to keep getting back into that plank position. Keep challenging those abs. You've got just over 10 seconds left to go. Find that spot, focus your eyes down on the floor, take the wrinkles out of your neck for 3, 2, 1. We get to turn over onto our backs. If you would like to bring some medium weights, I'm going to bring some 5-pounders with me. Next up, we've got a little dead bug. So we're going to make it a combo. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Both legs extend, toe tap. I'll guide you through it. Here we go. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Both legs, both arms. Legs extend towards the ceiling, toe tap. You can do the same thing with knees bent if you need to. You can keep your head down on the floor as much as is required, but I'm asking you to lift those shoulders off the mat at least one time for that toe tap finisher move so you can get a little bit more upper abs working. But if you can extend that leg all the way out, I encourage you to extend that leg all the way out. Oh, so good. I'll take a break. All right. If you're like, I could do more, because we've only got 40 more seconds of ab work to go, I want you to try and lift your shoulders up off of the mat. But make sure you're not just stretching your chin up towards the ceiling. It's a nice little C curve of that upper body. Arms up towards the ceiling. Tabletop. Here we go. Opposite arm, opposite leg. I don't know if I'm like sweating right now or if I just somehow spit on myself and I didn't realize it, but things just started to get a little, I was going to use the word moist, but you know what? Some people really hate the word moist. Make sure whatever you're doing, that lower back is staying glued down towards the mat. I am loving this finisher move. Putting so many different ab moves together to challenge ourselves to see the change. Yay! Carefully bring your arms down to the floor. Release those weights out of your hand. Take a moment. Let's draw knees up towards the chest. This time you can take a tucking of your chin to your chest, but keep that lower back down. I'm sorry. Keep your back of the head down on the mat as well. So just working to get as much of the spine, back, neck flat on the mat as possible. And on your next exhale, carefully release those feet down to the floor, nice and wide. Open them about mat's width distance apart. Spread your arms out to the side. Take a little windshield wipe in each direction with those legs. And then we'll go ahead, drop legs over to one side. Still in this nice wide leg spine twist. If you want, you can turn your chin and look in the opposite direction of those legs. And then head back to center, windshield wipe once more. And then drop your legs over to the opposite side. You can turn and get your neck twist if it feels right for you. Keep your legs right where they are. Turn your head back to center. Bring both legs together and close your arms to whichever side your legs are facing. Just taking a moment right here in a quick little recovery pose. And we're going to roll over onto our bellies. Rolling over onto your belly. Come on into a quick Sphinx pose. So elbows right underneath of your chest and shoulders. Pressing the pelvis down towards the mat. We're going to get an extra little stretch, taking it from the low back into the abs by lifting those hands up. Oh, hello, Fred. Hi, Fred. I wish you guys could see her. She's blocked by the couch, but she's right here just checking this out, working out with us. And the more that you walk your hands in, the more you'll start to feel that big stretch on the belly. From there, go ahead. Ooh. Press into your knees, send your glutes back towards your heels. Take one more moment in your awesome child's pose. Pull your hands in, come in through cat. Tuck your toes under, send your glutes up towards the ceiling. Take a down dog, pedal through that down dog one last time. One last stretch into the calves, maybe pressing up onto the balls of the feet. Ooh, dropping your heels to one side and then the other to get that extra little stretch through the side of the body. And then walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Come on back to your dangle. You're amazing. Take a moment to shake your head. Yes, yes, I am amazing. Thank you so much for noticing. No, shake your head. No, I cannot believe that we have already run out of time. And then transfer that weight into your heels. Slowly roll yourself up one more time. At the top, once again, stack shoulders over hips, bend your knees, inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side. Last time, bend your knees, inhale, reach up. Keep reaching up towards the ceiling. Look up, maybe reach back. One more big stretch into the belly, into the low back, and then stack your head over your heart. Take your time. Oh, you know I love to press my hands out towards the sides, get a little extra activation through the upper back, shoulder blades as you release your hands down towards the floor. Let's take 3 more breaths in stillness. Once you get there in your mountain, think about something positive, something you can be proud of yourself for today. Maybe it's showing up to this class, maybe it's something else that you're doing or working on, or just literally anything, because no matter what, you're amazing. I know it, and I hope you know it too. Great. And now feel free to shake it up. That's it, everybody. If you have any questions or concerns about anything I said or we did, you know that you can reach out. I can't wait to see you again on Friday for Yin. And then I hope that you'll tune in next Monday for our hip hop inspired Tabata hip class. There's nothing funnier than a super white lady being like, we're going to do hip hop, y'all. So I will see you all on Monday and Friday. Have a great rest of your day.